Started recording it. Okay, welcome everyone to this special webinar. You can think of it like an onboarding session. My name is Olububi, and I lead community engagement here at Koinsandkash. And what this evening's webinar is supposed to help out is to bring you up to speed with the new offers or where we currently are at Koinsandkash. Different people came in at different times when we're trying out different things, right? But from now on, going forward, we're much more focused on building a suite of services that would help you, get the best out of financial services, all backed by crypto, right? So we're building for the future basically, but you are here already with us in the present, and we appreciate that. And so, what is the future for us supposed to look like? It's your banking taken online and now powered by crypto. So you've done banking, and before when you always had to go to the bank physically and do everything you want to do in the banking hall, and now you've done banking that you can now use your mobile devices, or you can now hit a WhatsApp bot or a Facebook bot, all of those things, even SMS, USSD. You've gotten to that stage. But all of these guys, despite all of the development, have still had to depend on the normal currencies and normal financial systems. We think that ought to change, and the reason for that is there's so much more opportunities when we are much more connected across different countries in terms of finance. And that's why we think that the best way to do that is through cryptocurrencies. And so from now on, Koinsandkash is looking at building a number of financial services that we powered by crypto. And we're starting, of course, we already have the investment plan, which is the Genesis Fund, which we properly structured and rolled out at the beginning of February this year. And now we've also added Stable Fund, which is going to be a savings plan. And we've also brought out a loan opportunity. So I'm going to be describing exactly where we are on this call, right? I'll give as much information as possible. And if you have any questions, please I encourage you to actually ask the questions, because that would help us a whole lot. I also help us in providing further information even beyond this call, because there's going to be a lot more engagement. Okay. All right. So let's now. I've told you about the aspect of banking. Let's talk about the aspect of crypto. Why crypto, basically? So crypto started with Bitcoin, and the primary goal of Bitcoin was to be the peer-to-peer money transfer system. What that simply means is that somebody can send you a measure of value over the internet with just his mobile device and not needing to have any third party, actually. That was the original premise where it started from. So that would mean that there will be no need to pay any third party fees. There will be no need to get permission from the government to send anything. You also do not have to prove where you got the money from or anything like that. And that was about 13 years ago. And from then, we've seen much more development in this space to even help people further. But nonetheless, Bitcoin also has its own challenges. And while it has so many advantages, it's still a challenge for it to be used for tiny transactions, right? It's still a challenge for it to be used by people who are not very adept with technology, that people are not very familiar with different technology tools. And so we believe at Koinsandkash that banks will still exist in the present and in the future, because they've existed for a very long time. But what changes as the centuries go by is, what are the roles exactly that the banks will play? How influential will the banks be? And how much control of your money will the banks have? Finally, how well your bank be able to serve you because of the financial system it uses? If we look back at so many years ago, when we're using gold, it was easier for your bank to help you bank across different countries because they all use the gold standard. But today it's a bit different, right? And so you're still having, after so many years, say 50 years, 40 years, people are still having to take days to settle transactions across different countries because of multiple currencies, multiple rules and regulations. And of course, the banks will also want to maximize as much of your money as possible to make more income. So basically, banks will always exist, but what would their roles be? And so we took that and took the fact that crypto can do so much more, and we're trying to bring it together to build what we call a crypto bank. Of course, we're going to optimize it for digital life. We're not going to tell you to, come to an office, come and queue up and do teller kind of stuff. No, we're not going to do that. So we're going to make use of modern technology, while making use of what we also call modern finance. All right. And the very first thing we're doing is the investment. Now, what makes this investment really special? It's very easy to be told, buy Bitcoin, buy Ethereum, or buy something else. Or, especially when the market is very green and everybody becomes a financial advisor, and you're hearing, back this coin, back that coin, buy this one, buy that one. These are target price. You're going to get 100%. You're going to double your money. And everybody just jumping in everywhere, jumping in everywhere. No strategy, no plan, no long term in view, just jumping in. And when the market pulls back or turns red, you start crying, or you just start pulling out quickly, quickly, quickly. Before you know, the market is up again, and you now see them saying, these people must be doing this thing intentionally against me, or you say my village people, stuff like that. And it's so in every market. As long as people are trading securities, it's always going to be like that. But it's more volatile in crypto because there are no gauges. It's a complete free market. And so nobody is protecting anybody. You have to keep up to speed. And that also discourages a lot of people. So you find a lot of people who jump into crypto when the market is very green. Let's say between the late 2020 and early 2021. When market turns red, you just see volumes drop, ginger drops, everything else drop, and people will not even get back into crypto for another 10 years and miss out on so many other opportunities that it can bring for them. So we are bringing the fact that people are already used to depending on a third party to get things done for them, and we're still plugging them into the crypto economy. Secondly, is that it actually requires a lot of money to be in so many crypto opportunities. You want to buy this coin, buy that coin, buy that coin. You're going to be paying fees. You're going to be actually paying money to buy those things, and it's quite a lot. So you also have to monitor them. Very important, because the crypto market moves too fast. In fact, not very fast, too fast. Right? So you have to monitor them, or else you could wake up one morning and see that your bag has gone to zero. People who bought Luna and were like, okay, I've bagged Luna, so I've bagged for the next 5 years, for the next 10 years. I'm excited, right? I'm long term, I'm a holder. And they went to sleep, They even did their Twitter app. And then one morning, maybe their wife hits them and says, honey, I think you should have buy some crypto last week. Which of them did you say you bought? When you've been woken up by 5 a.m. with that kind of question, there could be trouble somewhere. Maybe people's retirement money used, or the money for your next house, or your mortgage, or something. That's a big problem, and it happened to people, right? Or people who had their money actively managed would have been able to salvage the situation to an extent, at least. Right? That's the essence of third-party managers, especially if you are into crypto because you want to make money from it. It's important, right? You actually give out time, focus, and money towards doing it. And if you can't do all of that by yourself, that's where we come in to help you do all of that for a very tiny fee. And when I say tiny, I mean very tiny. Okay. So we rolled out the Genesis Fund, and we started initially with just putting it in a few major cryptos, but now we're extending it to even include DeFi opportunities that we're going to be following up on. And hopefully, as time goes on, it will remain a progressive fund, whereby we look at new opportunities that have proven themselves, and we know how best to get in, how best to manage it. That is the beauty of the Genesis Fund. And as a result of our management skills, we're also able to avoid the issues that happened with the Luna coin, right? We're able to avoid that. And so we did not lose anything to that particular coin. So that's the importance of things like this. Now, investment, no matter how well it is done, is still risky. We can't, do away with that factor. In fact, it's the risk that makes the reward to be exciting. If somebody tells you that, oh, you could lose all your money in crypto, you're like, what? I could do what? I could lose all my money in crypto. Then like, okay, so if I don't lose all my money in crypto, what can I gain? You now say nothing. Then there's no use. When you say you can also double it, it's like, are you serious? Yeah, let's try. It's just the idea of risk reward ratio, risk reward balancing mechanism. So that's the idea. right? So because of that risk, it's a high potential reward. However, the risk still remains. And so that's why we always say that you should not put all of your money in investments. Right? You should not do that because it can be tempting to do, especially when the going gets good. How do they say it again? It can be very tempting. You know, you start telling your friends to, oh, yeah, sell your land, put it in Bitcoin, sell your father's house, put it in Intel. Use your school fees before they start calling for fees before exams. You're able to get it back. So, and that's a whole lot of unnecessary risk, right? And this is where having a suitable portfolio and savings comes in. And so we thought about it also that, I mean, in building financial services for young Africans, right, that can connect them easily, it will be best to make use of something that also goes beyond their borders. And there we figured out stable coins, right, and using them to, bring out safe opportunities for savings. So now you don't have to hold dollar cash. You don't have to hold a domiciliary account and be scared that maybe someday the government of your country will just say everyone should hand over their dollar in domiciliary account and get the local currency. It has happened before. It's not new. They will just force everyone to convert to local currency. And so that's a very big risk in that aspect. And you do not want to keep all of your savings in the local currency because it depreciates very fast, and inflation will just eat the best out of the value of your money. So you want something that will help you do more, and that's the beauty of what we are doing, right? So it means that tomorrow, if you leave Nigeria, you go to maybe travel to the country for a master's program or something else, or you relocate anywhere you are in the world, we can still send you your savings. That's the beauty of it, right? You're not limited. And so, but even at that, we also have to be very careful of how well we put your money into savings plans, right? Because somehow you still want to get interest on your savings, and somehow we have to also generate the savings. So we also have to be very careful about how we go about that, and we are super careful about it. And if you also realize that in the past week or past 2 weeks, a stable coin UST actually went to ground zero. Of course, we're also not hurt by that because we take out our time to decide where exactly we want to put the money into. We're first conservative in what we do because the very first thing veteran fund managers will tell you is that protect your capital. No, nobody really wants to lose their money. No matter how much they tell you, I don't mind this, I don't mind that, I want to take this, you can take that. Nobody wants to lose their money, really. So we try not to do that, especially on your savings, right? And so we also give a reasonable savings rate so that we are not tempted to go out and take risks that we should not be taking. Because what's most important is that your savings are safe, and we put priority on that. And that's where the stable fund comes out from. And then we now have the loan. What makes it so interesting is that we believe it's going to solve a lot of problems for a lot of people and help them out easily. Because this has happened to people around me, and it's not a rare story. So someone decides to, you know, put a lot of money into crypto because he or she believes that he's gonna get good, he has good income coming in, or expects some money coming in. It happened a lot in 2020 due to COVID-19 and lockdown. So people, when Bitcoin and other crypto prices crashed in March, a lot of people bought into it at that point in time. Buy the dip basically, and then they did not know that they were going to lose their jobs in the next 2 to 3 months. And when that happened, a lot of them were forced to sell off their coins in order to take care of themselves. Sadly for them, in July, the bull run started. So you know what it means about you buy the dip in March, and then you are forced to sell off in May, and then by July, price begins to jump. It's a lot of sadness. So there is a lot of sadness. The first one that you're selling off early. Second one is that you have lost your job. And third one is now of regrets. You're not seeing the price going on. Everybody's starting, Bitcoin to the moon. And all you're doing is crying in three places. So what that person would have appreciated is a way to keep body and soul going, looking for an alternative and not being forced to sell off his assets at the very first instance. Now, on the other hand, we have people who want to carry out, interesting project or do something, and they actually require funding to do it, and they have no other choice but to actually sell off their crypto to do that. I've been there also, right? So I understand that very well. Now, I'm making it very possible for that not to be your case. Imagine you having to do something very important in this period, and the assets are generally down. So let's say when you came in into the Genesis fund, it was $56 per unit, and as at this evening is $52. You've lost some amount there, right? And then you need money for something. If you now have no other choice than to withdraw and sell off, it means you've actually realized that loss. But what if it becomes possible for you to now take a zero interest loan, solve what you need to solve, replace the money on time, and when the market begins to turn up green again, your gains are secured. That's where our loans come in. So we have the offers whereby you get loans at zero interest charge. I also have the offers whereby you get the loans for about 0.5% a monthly interest charge. But but the loans are denominated in dollar terms. But I mean, basically what we run are in dollar terms. So we do that for you. And we already tested it out. We have somebody who has something very positive to say about it. So these are three very critical things we think are important for financial services to young people, starting with our fellow Nigerians, right? Others will be coming up. I don't want to spill the beans, but we're working on more to come in. In the coming months. I will definitely inform you. But now these are the three things. Now, how do you start? The very first thing that defines us as Koinsandkash is our investment fund, Genesis Fund. So to start taking advantage of all of the amazing things in Koinsandkash, you have to invest in the Genesis Fund, currently with a minimum of 20,000 naira, and you can invest all up to 5 million naira. That's the current maximum. Well, we would increase that as we go along. Afterwards, you get access to now make use of the savings plan, also request loans when you need them. And finally, the community. The community is going to get more active in the coming weeks. So make sure you are plugged in. Make sure you are not losing out of it, because it's not about earning right now, it's also about learning. We're going to be making our content much more targeted and focused towards our customers and folks who are interested in our offers, so we can build something out for you that will be interesting, exciting, and engaging. So we want to build that tribe, and we'll appreciate if you'd also be an active participant in building it up. All right, so I'll open the floor now for questions. If you have a question, you can put it in the in the group chat. You can raise your hand, you can unmute. So let's have it.
All right, so I have a question.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay, so with DeFi protocols, yeah, there's a
Mm-hmm.
certain percentage to which you can be loaned out of the capital that I have invested. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
does that apply here as well? And then the second question, if eventually the value of the fund drops below the amount loaned, what would
Yeah.
happen to the collateral or the fund invested with Koinsandkash?
Okay. Very, very important question. Very excellent question. All right. So yes, just like other opportunities for taking out loans in crypto, especially loans that are not meant for margin trading, yes, we require collateral. So currently your loans will be over collateralized. I hope I got that right. Right. But of course, over time we intend to get to a point whereby we can give you under collateralized loans. Don't forget that we're in a community. And that means that beyond the mathematics and the finance, trust will be an important factor And of course, as time goes on, algorithms and data, all of those things. But for now, they were starting out, they look to be over collateralized. And we're following up on you to let you know when there are changes in the loan. So for at this point, you're not going to have automatic liquidations yet. So we'll follow up on you to give you warnings and reminders, especially when the market gets really volatile. But there will be no automatic liquidations for now. When automatic liquidations are going to set in, we'll let you know. And what that simply means is that let's say you have a $100 worth of funds in Genesis with us, and you want to take out a loan. So over collateralized first and foremost means that you cannot take up to $100 in the loans. We have to analyze to find out between the period you're looking to take out your loan for and some other factors we have already. We decide how many percent. Typically, it's between 50 to 80% of whatever value you have in your investment with us, and then we'll give you the period and the time frame. And if the market now begins to go down, the fund begins to go down, and we're approaching close to the amount which you borrowed. So let's say when you wanted to ask for a loan, the investment with us was worth $100, and you were able to get up to 80% of that value in loan. So you borrowed $80, right? Now, if the market gets bad or the fund gets bad and your investment is now worth $90, first we're going to inform you about that. If it gets to 85, gets to 80, we'll inform you about that. But the moment it gets into a danger zone or hits that value, then it will get liquidated. But of course, the margin is going to be very tiny because we understand these are very early stages and we're still in direct communication with every member of our community as a customer. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Excellent. Thank you so much. All right. Any other question, please? I hope nobody is shy to ask questions. So please don't be shy. Please don't be shy. This is your money we're talking about too. Our money, Shaka, but my own money is inside too. But yes, your own money too. All right. So while waiting for more questions, let me also run through the general frequently asked questions. Okay, on the website. So yeah, I'm excited to let you guys know that our website has been revamped. It's more beautiful now. See, I'm sure if you look at it, you will agree with me. It's now more beautiful. It also has easier content that you can read and understand. So if you want to know somebody about Koinsandkash, before if you want to tell somebody about Koinsandkash, you send the person my number. But now you don't have to do that because you send out the website link and they check it out. It's easy to understand, very easy to understand, right? And this is our new video that came out this evening. It's going to be on all of our social media platforms. We're going to pin it up so you can also send the link and they will read and they will understand. I'm making sure of that. Okay. But of course, they send me my number, send it to them. Thank you. All right. So generally, frequently asked questions. So how do I invest? How do I liquidate or how do I withdraw? So you want to invest, you just make use of our official number, which is now automated. So it's going to give you step-by-step direction. Press, when you call MTN and they say press one. I've done advert for MTN on this call. Wow. Okay. Well, when you call them and they have they press one for this, press for that. Same thing with our platform. Just go to the WhatsApp number and it's going to direct you every step to take. And you can make your investment with Naira or with USDT. Now, if you want to use any other, can you mute, please?
Olam kí kọ́ nǹkan kan sí Ireland ó máa take on 5 years. So we could be.
All right. So Can't remember what else. Okay, so you can use Naira or USDT. Now, if you want to use any other coin, maybe possibly currencies, but not now, but coins for now, you'll see a number to call and you'll be told what to do. Same thing for the withdrawals. Now you can make your investment any time of the day, any day of the week. But for now, withdrawal requests can only come in on Saturdays between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. Previously everybody had to wait certain weeks every 3 months. But now it's now a certain day every week. So see, we're getting better, right? And now that it's easier to withdraw does not mean you should start withdrawing up and down. The goal is still for you to build wealth over time, long term. But we understand that from time to time, people might have different priorities. So we've made it easier and made it weekly. So all withdrawal requests be processed over the weekend, but your request must come in between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. on Saturdays. And we'll send reminders for that. So and then okay, on the group chat, you're going to see the link to make a withdrawal request from. So you don't make a withdrawal request on the bot on the WhatsApp. No, you make it from a special form, which we'll get, and it's actually on the group description. Okay. Then if you also want to, I think I should. If you also want to easily calculate how many units of Genesis fund or stable fund you will get for every deposit you make, there's a calculator link now on the group chat description as well. Just use it. Go there, input the exact amount you want to purchase, and tell you how many units you will get. When you're done, just wipe it clean, and so on and so forth. But you see the amount of units. After investing, maximum of 24 hours for all of our transactions, maximum, everything would reflect on your balance. The balance link has been sent to every customer's mail. Just always use that link. In fact, for your own good, I advise you take the link, go to bit.ly and shorten the link. Something you can easily remember, so that anywhere you are in the world, just type it in and you will see your balance. Okay. Okay, for referrals, can I refer my family and friends like any bonus? Please talk to them. We want to grow. We're at 100 now, want to get to 1,000, right? And we think we can do that with you. Our referral bonus has been paused for now. We're trying to build up a better and easier to monitor reward system. But if you think you can refer a whole lot of people to us right now, like you feel that by tomorrow now you can just get like 10 people, please send me a DM and we'll negotiate a bonus for you right away. Okay. Okay, what are the fees to pay? So there are no more maturity fees or investment starting fees. No, we've scrapped that. There's no more exchange spread for your buying or selling. That's for deposit and withdrawal. Scrap that as well. So all you pay now for deposit or withdrawal with Naira is 1% and 100 Naira. For USDT, deposit is free. For withdrawal is 2 USDT. Then we currently have a two-tier system for paying for the Genesis fund. What that means is there's an annual fee of 5%, which is paid daily. So we prorate it daily, which is about, I think, 0.01. See how tiny it is. I told you it was very tiny. About 0.014% daily. So it means if you're not going to be staying for an entire year, you will not be paying for an entire year. Then there's also a performance bonus when we hit a new all-time high. So we are also rewarding our own efforts. So the gain, so let's say our current all-time high is 56.5, right? Yes, 56.5. So the next time we raise the value of the fund beyond 56.5, the gain, we take 15% of that. So between, let's say we get to $60, the difference between 56.5 and 60 is $3.5. So we take 15% of that 3.5. That's our own performance bonus whenever we hit a new all-time high. All right, so that just explains the fees for that. For the savings plan, currently get about 5% interest per annum, which is also prorated weekly. So if you'll not be staying for an entire year, you also not be getting an entire year's interest. Right? You get the right interest. And for now, you're going to see the interest imputed into the price of the stable fund. So what that means is we add, people that started early at the beginning of this month with us in savings, they got in at $50 for a unit, right? As of today, it is 50.1. That 0.1 is simply the interest they have earned in the past 2 weeks. That's what it is. So that's how we're going to be doing it for now, right? So it's not like it's not investment, it's just still savings. But we're putting the interest into the unit price so that you can easily see it as it moves. Okay, so finally, how do you know if coins and cash is meant for you? I mean, if you're already here, it's meant for you. Well, let me just answer that in case anyone asks you that question as well. So we believe that every young person needs a financial hand to walk through adulthood with, and we want to be your financial hand. And do you want to see your hard-earned money preserved? And as a result, so you can retire young and rich? Do you want to see your money work for you and grow so you can pay for your leisure with ease? Does that sound like you? Do you want a reliable money partner during emergencies without asking for plenty paperwork and 10 guarantors? Are you tired of plenty bank charges? Are you tired of low returns together with Naira devaluation? If any of these questions was yes for you, then Coins and Cash and you are a perfect fit. So I want to hold your hand. I will encourage you to also hold our hand so that we work together. And what that means is you don't just come in, make minimum investment in Genesis 1, and then you go to sleep. No. The wealth building process is that you're consistently topping up and taking advantage of different opportunities. So you can make a commitment. Say, every week, every 2 weeks, every month, I want to top up my investment on top of my savings. Let us know. We'll make it our solemn duty to send you special happy new month message when it's time for you to make a top up. We'll do that for you. Just let us know when you would like to get the reminders from us. So I hope we've been able to make a lot of things clear this evening, and I hope you've also gained a whole lot from this session. For the next few minutes again, I'll open the floor if you have further questions before we close the webinar.
All right. So I don't know if you touched it because I was actually en route home during the duration of this call. But I'd like to ask, what's the difference between the investment and the savings plan?
Oh, okay. Yes, I did talk about that, but I would also again talk about it. So invest in normal cryptos and DeFi opportunities. The savings strictly sticks to stable coins and vetted stable coins. Not all of them, because they're quite a number now. Not all of them, vetted ones. You know, and it primarily is what we use to finance the loans, right? And also, so you've seen that since the loans are already over collateralized, that simply means that the savings are safe. So that's a very short way of explaining the difference between the two of them. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. It does. Thanks.
Excellent. You're welcome. Tami, Oye, Tenyola, Jake, Akibe, Ademola, Adetola, Tope, Solomon. Do you guys have any questions for me?
I am literally very new to this space, so everything I'm just soaking it in bit by bit.
Sorry, I didn't get it. I didn't get that.
Okay, I said I am literally very new to this space, so everything I'm soaking it in bit by bit. But
Okay,
I do
okay.
like the idea of a reminder to top up at some point. I've been thinking I was going to top up since, but then I forget most of the time, and then I've dispersed money into others if I remember again. But yeah, the idea is to
Okay,
remind people to top up
thank you for that. I'm
to
going to
help.
send you a message.
But I'm still soaking in the whole thing. Okay.
All right, excellent. Okay, Tammy, your hands are raised up. Let's hear you.
Okay,
Okay, Tammy, you can speak now.
yeah. What I was trying to say is, I was just listening and I was trying to get like information. That's why I was listening. So I don't really have any questions. Thanks very much.
Oh, okay, okay. No problem there. No problem there. So thank you so much, guys, for joining us this evening. Thank you for walking this journey with us. We're excited for what's ahead. Do have an amazing, amazing week ahead. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
You too.